used to approach lenders, etc., was because I'd acted, might act on their behalf at the time, was to recognise, you say, right, okay, we can get more here if we showed a very measured approach here, and we should be working with them. We're not going to get overly aggressive. What we want is a deal. What you want is to get these settled quickly. So can we meet and discuss about these 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 100 or these thousands of cases, and do a spread deal on them? And I think that's what the trend will be, and that's what these bigger, more highly organised CMCs are doing at the moment. They're doing that kind of approach, just to get the money in, get them settled, get their books cleared. So I think it'll be fairly steady, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I could be wrong though. I could be wrong because I've mismeasured this industry in the past, not recently, but in the beginning when it was more sporadic up and down. But in the business I work in now at the moment, I do the final vetting of TV ads that we put out. I also oversee some kind of Facebook profiling and things like that to get our new clients and move away from CMCs. And I can guarantee that, what the British public are very susceptible to are very, very good and clever ads on the telly, So, for example, I could see an uplift maybe 60, 70% of good cases after a really good TV marketing campaign, So,
yeah.
And it's also the FCA too looking to clear out the decks as well, looking to clear everything out. I mean, what the FCA is effectively saying to the lenders is, look, in order for us to help you, you've got to be seeing the clearing out and re-examining old cases, or rather old policies. It's cases like this that give you the impetus to do that. But if you don't do it, then you're really, I think you're going to be held hostage, which I think is why it was said before this consultation has come out now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think as far it'll be fairly steady. I think, to be honest with you, up until the deadline might be a bit of exit.
That's what I would have guessed. But they when they did their PPI reprovision or higher provision, they kind of talked about it declining into the August 2019. They were just claiming it was a bit of a jump, but it doesn't. I don't know. I've said before in the past here, like no one's ever overestimated the PPI claims.
Yeah, exactly. Are you advising the shareholders? Sorry.
No. We're looking at a bond investment in ShopDirect. So. Yeah. I mean, as far as I know about ShopDirect as well, they had a fairly decent book of PPI, but I think they were known as one of the better lenders in paying and getting rid, and not kind of escalating costs unnecessarily. I would do ShopDirect as one of those ones that were a good one to deal with, in order they were trying to just get rid of their book, and they weren't trying to hide anything, and they were open about it, and I always find them really good to deal with, to be honest with you. Although actually they were one of the minor ones, it was mainly the bigger lenders. But I wouldn't get overly excited about making a huge extra provision. Certainly, if I was advising the lender, I'd ride this one out. There's a lot of other commercial pressures going on and regulatory pressures that have resulted in this case. And District Judge Pearson in Manchester is a bit of a maverick anyway, and his judgment is entirely appealable. So, kind of like a bit of a name for himself at the last gasp of PPI. But he comes from a claimant law firm, so. Yeah, no, exactly, yeah.
Yeah. So I wouldn't get overexcited about it, to be honest. There's lots of other commercial and regulatory pressures that are bearing down on the industry at the moment, and this is the last gasp, I think. Yeah.
No, yeah, I wasn't trying to confound. I was trying to mix the rate versus and this being accelerant to it. It's just that one was, does this increase the provision level, but also just in general, I was just trying to get your thoughts on the rate, because they've made this assumption that the claims will come down into the deadline. That just didn't seem that realistic to me. I was a little bit worried that it'll probably still be a little bit higher than they've assumed. But regardless, and I was worried. Then on top of that, does this Doran decision make it worse? So, but I guess probably shouldn't.
I don't think Doran makes it worse, but I think the rate will be fairly constant.
Yeah.